Well, belated Merry Christmas. This is the final live stream I will have this year. Literally. Granted, yeah, the year's only be 40 more hours, but whatever. And yeah, I do have my mini Christmas tree. Maybe I should do the entire review like this, right? Well, it's a wrap. Ramen is done. We don't know when it's going to come back. And for the final two episodes, we have Mousse's return. And this one, he tries to turn Akane and Ranma into ducks. I mean, that's raw. I mean, life is like a hurricane. Race cars, lasers, airplanes. Like solve a mystery or rewrite history. Our poor Mousse accidentally went back to Chusenkyo and stepped into the spring of drowned duck. Not much else for me to say. He just quacked up. Now, it is a miracle whenever they actually take the time to actually space out these arcs. In some cases, we learned this year that sometimes adapting arcs don't exactly work the way they should from Rumiko Takahashi's light novel, or manga, what we want to call it. But here, it worked out pretty well. In the first half, we got reintroduced to Mousse. I do like the fact that, unlike in the original anime, we actually see Akane try to win the pig, the stuffed pig. Interestingly enough, yeah, she actually got the pig back, unlike the original anime, where it was just kind of forgotten. Now, of course, instead of going into a fair, they go directly into the circus, like the manga. And it's there where the mask they had in the torture room of Brazil, which Mousse was wearing for some reason. I don't know, those masks always kind of freak people out. I mean, I kind of laugh at it, but whatever. And it's here where he literally gets all this water and tries to turn Ranma into a duck. And I'm wondering, how much water does this spring actually have? It doesn't look like a bit, it looks like a small puddle. They're literally like, she's literally like spraying Lake Erie at him. And it's the same thing that always kind of bothered me about the original arc. Let's see. I mean, first, obviously, he tries the faucet with Akane hogtied in an aquarium. And I'm surprised nobody in the stands just doesn't call up. I mean, okay, you're not going to use a cell phone, but you're probably going to use a payphone and say, like, yeah, I think someone was kidnapped. In fact, that's also the other thing that always got me about every adaptation about this, including the manga. Why didn't anyone try filling out a missing persons report on Akane? I mean, for all intents and purposes, yeah, I mean, the police would probably come. And yeah, obviously, if we do this, there's no more arc. Who's going to jail? End of story. Most likely to be deported with absolutely no chance to come back to Japan. So I guess we have to have a story here. They try the tap. There's obviously just plain water. Then it's the hose that actually has the spring of drowned duck, turns the tiger into a duck. And in this part two, well, and this is one thing I kind of really was. I was looking at the stopwatch because I hope they were, like they were probably going to like stop at some point and like combine the second half within our story. Unfortunately, they didn't, and I guess could be appreciative of it. where they used the teaser of Akane being sprayed with water. I have to say this, the animation of Akane being drowned in the water, excellent. Some of Studio Mappa's best character design and backgrounds. Part 2, we finally have the fight. And it's kind of weird because the action before Mousse realizes that Shampoo is trying to sabotage him. I told you someone's working against him. It's Shampoo. Shampoo has no interest in ever dating Mousse. It's weird because it's always like this weird relationship they always had. She technically has no interest in him, and at times she will show concern. There's a lot more action before Mousse realizes that Shampoo is trying to sabotage him with the ducks on the pole and the eggs being bombs. I mean, it's actually done very well. The second half, when Ranma finally proposes, says, "Hey, how if I throw the fight? You're not going to like that, are you?" And of course, Mousse immediately gets out his 2 sabers to try to attack Ranma. Obviously, the original anime did this much better, the second part. This one was done very clunky, a lot of off-screen action. It kind of reminds me of One Punch Man Season 3. Yeah, it's a mess. And the funny part is JC Staff is going to be doing Part 2. And it's going to continue to be a mess because JC Staff does, if you ever look at their catalog for next couple of years, it's packed. This is One Punch Man is one of those things you kind of have to use less, more focus on, and means you have to do less projects. And JC Staff should have noticed that it's just too overwhelming. Unlike Studio Mappa, who decided to take time here this season. Now, obviously, when we get to the when we get to the garbage part of the episode, I have to say the animation this was done much better, as expected. And then, of course, we got to conclude the season. And here's the interesting part. They go back to the Tendo residence, and Ryoga shows up, angry that Ranma tried marrying an actual duck, just like the original anime. I'm skipping over parts because, let's face it, if you watch the original anime, it's not going to be all that much different. It was done pretty well and simply going through it. And here's a scene they kind of added in. I always wonder how Ryoga actually would react. I mean, it's kind of funny he did start laughing it off. The original version of Ryoga would kind of actually kind of snicker to himself, like, "Ranma, how could you?" I noticed Ryoga version is much more serious. I have no problem with that. Ryoga can be very serious. He's also a rather clownish character at times too, but it is what it is. And of course, the final part where they had to run to school, and Takawaki Kuno is in the street offering them flowers, in which they kick. Now, in the original the original anime, Takawaki Kuno actually tries preventing Akane from being abducted by Mousse with him and Suzuki kind of messes up here. Suzuki doesn't exist in this reality. And that leads me on to my season summary. Let's get to it. As you know, this season actually tried its best to follow the manga a little more faithfully and a little less rushed at times. Sometimes it bit him. You had the Cologne introductory arc. And, unfortunately, it didn't really lend itself out to being rather interesting as a manga piece. And then, of course, you had the delivery girl race. It's kind of weird. The original anime went rogue on it, complete with a brand new anime-only character. And sadly, it was the better version. Look it up. Martial arts delivery race in the original Ranma anime is one of the best episodes that series ever had. One of the best episodes that series ever had. And you can even see in the animation because the rest of the season 2 is terrible. Animated. It's almost as bad as one. Nah, I'm not gonna. I keep kicking a dead horse with One Punch Man season 3. Yeah, okay. The animation is trash at times, and other times actually you had some pretty good animation. Particularly when they have to show Garu being very intense. As for this, yeah, the original anime actually outdid it, but then we got to other parts, like obviously the Dojo Destroyer arc, and this one actually did it better, the 2024 series. Then we had Ukyo, and to me, that was Ukyo Koonji's introduction was as good, if not better, than the original series. I enjoyed every moment of it. And then we get to the Mousse's introductory arc. And it was handled pretty well. There are parts of each, the original anime and the 2024 anime that I do like. I wish they can combine the before Ranma calls out saying that, hey, Mousse, how would you like me to throw the fight? And of course, the after part where Mousse says, sure, Ranma, and then goes all out. They combine both variants of the fight. We have some pretty good action. I'm getting so disjointed. You know, it kind of reminds me of a girl with, who used to have a bow in her hair for some reason. And then, like, the manga artist decided to just forget about it and make this person into a very horny girl. And the manga that I've been making fun of virtually the entire year, particularly because it had the two main leads having a rejection only to prolong the manga longer. I'm sorry. I've never seen a creator character assassin his own creation like this with Ruka Sarashina. I have to mention Rent a Girlfriend, don't I? Yes. The most recent chapters are ridiculously and hilariously awful. I know, I'm supposed to be watching a slow motion train wreck here, and here we go. As for Ranma, no, it's not a train wreck, the original manga. And I would really want to see a season 3. They could take some of the arcs they've already covered in the original anime and have it take some other arcs you kind of forgot about because the anime couldn't properly adapt it. I mean, there are plenty of stories like Ukyo's Squid Friend would be kind of an interesting one. Or how about finally the one we really want, the T Capital Permanence arc. Because I mean, that's especially done very well. And that's something I really want to see animated. So I really hope there's a season 3 of this series. The animation has been excellent for Ranma 2024. I know there's no announcement of a season 3 yet. I hope we get one soon. I will probably be doing more live streams next year, particularly when ReZero comes back. Yeah, ReZero's coming back next year. Can't wait. I know we'll get our annual 8-episode dump, and then we'll have a small break and have another dump of maybe up to 12 episodes or 14 or whatever. But until then, I'm going to wish everybody, with my little Christmas tree in the background, a happy new year. Bye.